Hello ladies. That sounded really creepy. I have this fall inspired drugstore look for you guys, for people with fair skin specifically. It can be easily adapted to any skin tone. This is a collab look. I'm doing a collab with DollFaceBeautyx. The channel link will be down below. She is doing it for dark skin. She's awesome. Go check out her channel. She's real. I like her. So check out her channels down below, and then we can all have a good time. I realize this is my first talk through tutorial I think I've done since I started YouTube. I kind of like it. I don't know. Let me know how you guys like it. Let's get the show on the road. Oh, so freaking early. All right. Got my coffee. I think we're ready to go. Alright, so like I said, we are going to be using all, not necessarily drugstore products, but products that you can find for very cheap. So like always, you gotta start out with a primer. It just makes your eyeshadows look 5 million times better. This isn't technically a primer, but this is the one that I use almost every day. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo 24-hour eyeshadow in Barely Beige, and this was limited edition, but you can find very similar colors. So I just like to use my finger and just go on in there. I'm going to be using two different eyeshadow palettes for this look. The first one is by Maybelline. It's the Expert Wear eyeshadow in Sun Baked Neutrals, and this is honestly one of my favorite palettes from the drugstore. It just has really pretty colors, and you can make it more dramatic, whatever you want. So we're just going to take a big fluffy blending brush, and this is the E40 by Sigma. The link will be down below. This is one of my favorite brushes. We're just taking this shade right here. It's kind of like a medium brown color, and then we're just placing this in the crease to just define your eyes, and you will already see such a big difference in how your eye looks. It just really brings it out and defines it. I think we're going to take the LA Colors Stargaze palette. This isn't at the drugstore. Actually, it might be at the drugstore now. I will put a link down below for where I found it, but it's literally, the whole palette is like $2, so it's super inexpensive. The colors are really pigmented, and I love it. So first, we are going to take goldy shade right at the end, and honestly, it just applies best with your finger, so I'm just taking my finger, and we're going to pat it, start to pat it on the outer third of your eye. And look how pigmented and gorgeous that is. I hope this color is showing up how it is in real life. I'm going to be using this pinky shade right here. We're just going to put this right in this little area. I'm using my finger again. I have cleaned it off with a makeup remover wipe. I'm blending it into that copper color, and look at how gorgeous this color is. I think on fair skin tones, these kind of like pinky copper shades just look absolutely gorgeous. And so next I'm going to be going back to the Maybelline palette, and I'm just taking the very lightest shade, and we're going to put this in our inner tear duct, and I'm using just an e.l.f. C shader brush. This is just going to help to brighten up that look and just kind of blend it into that goldy color, but you don't want to cover it. So then to define the crease a little more, we're going to be taking this dark red color up here, and I'm just using the e.l.f. blending eye brush. We're just taking a little bit of that, and we're just going to work it in the outer V and into the crease a little bit. You don't want to get too far up in the crease. We're just focusing this on the outside since it is a darker shade. So again, just focusing this on the outer V. Alright, so then we're just going to go back in with an empty blending brush without product on it. Again, this is a Sigma E40. And we're just going to blend out so we don't have any harsh lines or anything like that, because who wants that? I do want this look to be a little bit more defined, so I'm going to be taking the L'Oreal Infallible Bottomless Java, and this is just a rich, warm brown shade that is absolutely gorgeous, so pigmented, love it. And I'm just going to be taking a card just to make that edge a little bit more defined. Now we have that sort of harsh line, which is going to look great when we have some lashes on. Looks kind of strange right now, but it'll pull together, don't you worry. Alright, then I'm just going to take that blending brush again and just lightly blend out. Since we are going to have a pretty dang bold lip going, I think I'm just going to use a brown, oh, this isn't drugstore, shoot. So I'm using the CoverGirl Liquid Blast, and this is just in the dark brown shade, and I'm just going to run this along the outsides of my eyes, really close to the lash line. I don't like putting really dark eyeliner on my waterline on the bottom, so I'm just going to be using this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, and this is in Cottage Cheese. If you want a little bit more crazy look, you can use Milk, but this is just going to be like a subtle brightening effect. As you can see, it just kind of makes you look more awake, which we all need. Alright, so I'm going to apply a single coat of mascara before I put on the falsies, so I will be back after that is done. Alright, the eyelashes I'm going to be applying will be listed down below because I'm not quite sure what they're called right now. I'm just going to go ahead and apply my false lashes, and I will be right back after these bad boys are on. Okay, so now that we have our falsies on, our eyes are just looking so much better. So now I'm going to just apply my bottom mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Falsies, and I'm just going to put a single coat of this on the bottom lashes. Okay, so now our eyes are complete. I'm going to be doing the rest of my face now and lips. So for kind of a blush bronzer, I'm going to be using NYX's Raisin, and it's this really pretty warm brown purpley shade. And I'm going to be using my e.l.f. complexion brush. I'm gonna put this on. I think this shade is absolutely gorgeous on fair skin tones. This works really well. And you know what? This lighting isn't even showing it up true to color, so that's a bit of a shame. I still feel like I need to do a little bit of contouring, so I'm going to be taking a bronzer. Take any bronzer you have, whether it's drugstore or whatever. The only bronzer that I have at the moment is my Sephora bronzer, so I'm using that. Since I don't have a drugstore highlighter, I'm actually just going to be taking one of the eyeshadows from the Maybelline Quad, and this is a good trick if you don't want to spend money on a highlighter or you don't have one, whatever. You can just take like a light shimmery white champagne color, and I'm going to be using this one right here. And we're just going to plop that down the bridge of our nose, above your cupid's bow. And then I'm going to put it a little bit on the tops of my cheeks just to give it a little bit of dimension, if you know what I'm saying. I posted a picture on Instagram of this lip look and people were like flipping out about it. My Instagram is the same as my YouTube name if you want to follow me. I think I'm just going to recreate that lip look because it was a success. It looks really good for fall. The dark reds and purpley tones are really in this fall and I'm loving it. So I'm going to be using 3 different lip products we have here. The first one, unfortunately, this is a lip liner. It's Nitro brand. It says it's Canadian. I got it in Jordan. I don't know. It's just the perfect dark color, and this was like equivalent of like $1, and it's really good actually. The second thing I'm going to be using is the Wet n Wild lipstick in N08C. It's a dark purpley shade. And then the third thing, L'Oreal Paris lip color Lilac, and the shade is Laconic. We're just going to start out with this lip liner and line the lips. Okay, I'm not going to line my lips fully because we do want that ombre effect. Next, I'm going to be taking the lipstick. Where did I just put it? This guy. Look at that, you gotta love it. Then for the inner part of our lip, we're using the L'Oreal shade. And these are freaking amazing. I have a first impressions video on these if you would like to see them. I will link it below. And since it is an ombre lip, we're just placing this in the very center and then gonna kind of blend it out. Alright, so this is the finished look. If you guys liked it, if you did, click the thumbs up button. Be sure to go subscribe to DollFaceBeautyx. She's awesome. You guys can see her tutorial. She did it for dark skin. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you're new. I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye. Did you guys notice my candles? This is my new thing. I feel like I am officially a YouTube person when you have fucking candles lighting in the background. And I'm just chilling and talking to you with one false eyelash on.